Oh, and here goes the Benny.
No!
What?
I clicked quit on accident.
Oh, right. Tinky.
Oh.
I couldn't even use your nickname. We'll guide you through it. So far, the first ban for the blue team, Curls for Girls? No. Shin unit, I believe. No, it is Curls for Girls. It is, in fact, Curls for Girls. Lee Sin going out for Curls for Girls, and Braum on Shin unit, and Yasuo banned for Curls for Girls on their second ban. So far, it looks like they're banning melee assassins, AD assassins. Curls for Girls, and it looks like Cassidon going out for Shin unit. Is this their homework, or are they just banning? I feel like Shin unit is banning generic ones, but it could be good champions that Curls for Girls know how to exploit.
Even with the 4.13 nerf or patch changes and the nerfs to Lee Sin, we still get a ban because Lee Sin cannot be nerfed.
Isn't he like weaker late game now though? Like he's all about early game, and now his late game he suffers a lot more with that. They took off
They did. So like trading against an Udyr will win now. That's so from talking to an Udyr player, they know that. I know that an Udyr player feels more comfortable trading against Lee Sin now because he doesn't have the attack speed debuff.
Oh. And in Evelyn going out for the last ban for Curls for Girls. It just feels like they did their homework, but it's really heavy in the jungler and possibly mid Yasuo bans. And Jax going out for Shin unit. I really feel that those are just generic bans. I do not know Curls for Girls explicitly, but the Braum, Cassidon, and Jax bans just feel like a ranked match, honestly.
So priority pick goes off to Morgana, which is a very good first pick priority. Other supports are left would be Thresh, Alistar, Nami. So picking up on a Morgana versus a Vi is very helpful for them. So.
The Black Shield, one of the strongest counter CCs in the game.
Yeah. Morgana's my favorite support. This is the most fun to play for me.
And especially with AD, it just makes it impossible for them to. They'd have to wait for the shield to expire since it's magic damage.
Yes,
taking
sir.
it out. But then again, that also makes it, even if they don't CC, they're going to take full AD damage. Just found that out as playing Renekton. Just didn't worry about the stun, just full bursted down a Black Shield user.
Wow. Good to know.
But then again, it was a heavily fed Renekton, so. And a Sona pick going for Shin unit.
Sorry, Nature's Call. I'll be right back.
Nature has an explicit cell phone number to Aimstar. And Zed going down.
I wish I caught their number.
So it looks like the Yasuo ban could have just been so the Zed would not have another AD to fight, and the more sustained bursty damage on Yasuo compared to a instant burst and nothing Zed. Oh, and Tristana. And are they locking Zed and Tristana in for Curls for Girls? So with the Black Shield, whoa, it is going to be very difficult to go for that Tristana. They have a Morgana's Black Shield, then the Rocket Jump disengage, and the Buster Shot disengage. Even with Vi's ultimate going out, what was it, Assault and Battery? Even with the Assault and Battery going out, that'll only close the gap. It's not going to knock it up if a good Black Shield play goes down. And insta-locking Jace on the Shin unit, and many random picks for the fourth pick for Shin unit. There's so many champions going out, I can't even say them fast enough.
They're even more troll than Team Complexity.
Oh, how much time do we have? 35 more seconds of this. That is not painful at all. Oh, and Fapinator landing on Gragas. Is this, even with his strong nerf, they already have their support, so it won't be a support Gragas, which kind of League of Legends, or Riot, forced him into by destroying his creep wave clear. 8 more seconds. Is this a Gragas? Possibly.
This is very interesting. If it's a lock-in, it's probably be a Gragas mid, unless it's Jace mid. You always see Jace players play mid. And Andy Chang is one of those players that I've casted before, and he's a mid player, so he is on Jace, unless he's going to trade.
Well, he did pick at the same time with that Gragas, so that would be
Okay,
a very odd trade. And the
very
Gragas
true.
did switch to TP.
So it's gonna be a Jace mid.
And a Gragas versus a Lulu top. And it looks like a jungling Jar 4.
Wow.
So on the Curls for Girls, we have Tristana Morgana in the bottom lane, Lulu in the top lane, Zed in the middle lane, and Jar 4 in the jungle. And the last pick going out for High Shin unit. They're really thinking this one out. It seems like with this wait, he had all the time in the world to think through.
Yep. Obviously,
Oh.
they're gonna pick up Lucian. He's still OP.
If he can get it late game, if he gets into that basic attack range to hit Tristana, it could go in his favor, but just with that insane Tristana late game range, I feel it's going to be very painful to get there. And didn't they nerf Unrelenting Assault, so it's now pretty Relenting Assault? Or decently relenting?
Yes, they did. They increased the cooldown on it.
And now I believe it does not get rid of slowing effects, which was
That is very true.
factor there.
Yeah, so if a Nasus gets you, you're done.
It's like the main counter to a Nasus or a Randuin's Omen back then. So for High Shin unit, I have already said Curls for Girls, we have Sona and Lucian in the bottom lane, Jace in the middle lane, and Gragas in the top lane, and Vi in the jungle. We've already seen the team comp. Who do you think has an upper hand? I'd have to go with Curls for Girls just because the strong disengage and protection they can apply to their ADC with the Lulu, the Jar 4 Cataclysm, and the Black Shield for Morgana, and just the fact that it's Tristana.
Yeah.
One of the hardest ADC to just get a hold of.
So I'm imagining mid game right now, and I see two engagers from what's blue teams?
Blue team?
Yes.
Curls for Girls.
Curls for Girls. I see. Yeah, for sure. I see Zed initiating with his ult. I see Tristana being able to initiate with her rocket jump if she knows she can get a reset. Morgana can obviously flash initiate as well, and Jarvan. So they have a lot of initiation with the Lulu ult. So that's a guarantee good comp right there. So looking at the our Surveys Corp, or High Shen unit?
High Shin unit.
I'm
You got it
sorry.
first time. It's all good.
They have, if Gragas is very hard to land his spells. That's why a lot of LCS players don't like to play him. Zion Spartan's one of those person. He doesn't play Gragas because he can't land his spells. So if Gragas can land good spells with a Vi ult engage and a Sona engage without the Black Shield, they have the formula to win too. So it's going to be about how each player have the lead and see how they push their lead, and it's going to be a very good game. Both teams have. It's going to be a fair game, I would say.
A good combo that they can employ is even if there's a Black Shield on the target with Vi's Assault and Battery. Well, actually, no, because with the Black Shield it wouldn't. Without the Black Shield,
They can
it's
pop it
just
with
a little
Gragas
too
ult
late.
too.
But I'm saying Vi, if she gets a good knockup,
Yeah.
then that'll give the time for Gragas to get close enough, and then that ultimate can just
Yeah.
accurately knock them into the team.
We'll see how good they play with each other.
And it seems there's decent displacement on the High Shin unit with the Vi, the Jace, and the Gragas. Really nice displacement. But there's not really anything to channel. there's nothing channeled for Curls for Girls that could actually be interrupted by displacement. What High Shin unit would give for fighting a Nunu. I'd have to put my lot in with Curls for Girls on this one. They got the Black Shield.
They
Pretty
do have
much
an
just how I
easier
see it.
engage. Yeah.
Jar 4 and Zed going into the enemy's backline, whereas Morgana, Lulu just play Protect the Carry, and Tristana just shoots to kill.
Yeah, and they also have blue team has 3 players that can go over walls.
Ooh. That is correct. How many do we have? 1. Just
2.
possibly 3 if they're really thin walls, besides for Vi.
Oh,
Doesn't
that's
matter.
true. That's true.
Thin wall, thick wall, go over every wall.
So they do have some people that can go through walls on purple team as well. And we are in the loading screen.
There we go. Now we get to see how this action is played out.
Who's gonna win the skin wars, Nick?
I'm gonna have to assume Curls for Girls. They have all those Rises skins. They probably have other ones with them as well. And I have not seen Haishin Unit play yet, I believe. But every time I've seen Curls for Girls, they do have at least a minimum of 3 skins. Let's see, and it is 4 on Curls for Girls and 2 on Haishin Unit.
Wow.
As I said, they love their skin intimidation. They've showed it quite enough in their previous games.
One of my favorite Gragas skins, Inquisitus Gragas.
Inquisitus?
Inquisitor or
I thought it was like exquisite, but I don't know how to spell
Squisitor or something like that.
Exquisitor.
Exquisite. Let's look it
Star
up.
Wars: The Old Republic. Star Wars: The Old Republic. We'll play the Exquisitor. The Sith Inquisitor. Esquire?
Esquire.
Is that a
There you go.
possibility?
That's what it is.
Oh. Gragas Esquire. Oh, Esquire. Even a fancier name than Exquisite. And it looks like Lucian has Gragas at gunpoint and wants to steal all of his alcohol.
Do you remember casting for Haishin Unit?
Vaguely.
Because I do remember this Sona player, or this support player who was the one that was making huge plays for their teams when they were behind. So.
Oh, what champion? That would probably jog the memory.
Her first game she played Morgana. Her second game she played Lulu or Nami and had an amazing exhaust.
Oh.
I get towards our ribbon, I believe.
Those insane tidal wave disengage and pre-engagement. Those are very nice.
Yes, I do remember this player.
So let's see what he can do with this new Sona update. The auras are interesting.
Oh,
enough.
wow. And chooses to play with the Sona updates. Very good.
Looking at the team, the Sona buffs can do exceedingly well with this team. Get an Ardent Sensor for the AoE shield, and the attack speed debuff will help everyone on the team. Plus the magical damage proc from a basic attack on the Heim of Valor, the Q, the damage buff. Though her attack speed, I feel like they really buffed her movement speed song. The song of that's not Clarity, that's Celerity? I cannot say that word. It's now the Song of Celery. There we go. It's a movement speed buff, and it gives everyone around her movement speed, but for everyone she hits in her mini aura, it gives her more movement speed. Oh, and there's an engagement or an invasion. 5 people on Gragas. The snare does land, but he does flash away. Not Zed. I believe he was just in position to ignite, but let's see. Gragas leaving with 150 health. No, that ignite wouldn't have done even half the damage. And it looks like Haishin Unit is choosing the road of the invasion of where your enemies are clearly not. No, just opting to put a ward down.
Yes. How many trinket wards are left?
There is 4 for Curls for Girls and 2 left for Haishin Unit. They do have a sweeping lens on the Vi.
Okay.
I feel like they could have done... Oh! Nope, they're going to walk through the ward. I felt like they could have placed it a little better to show the lizard camp, because then they might have a timer on it if they placed it properly. And it's always nice to get that first big buff timer off of your enemy.
Yeah. And having the information that he went red first, he will know to go top if he needs to.
But the Haishin Unit going for their own blue, so it won't be a level 2 invasion on their part. Quite a bit of basic attack damage going down on Zed. Just that Jace is just taking every pot shot he can, but the minions are dealing it back twofold onto Jace.
Zed choosing Doran's shield, so he'll be regenerating well in his lane.
And taking roughly 13 less damage from those basic attacks, and Jace is all about it when he's bullying a lane, so very good pickup on Zed.
Sona winning the trade down bottom.
Tristana taking a little bit of damage, but then again, it's early game and she's all about those basic attacks, which are adequately slow without an item. Oh, and Jar4 just showed you he can jump over walls all day. Ooh, Lulu harassing Gragas down to half health in one engagement. That is very damaging. Oh, And it's possibly the kill pickup. Gragas has no flash. There's a dive from Lulu, and then she's stunned under tower by the body slam and goes down to Gragas for first blood. That was a very, I'd like to say, intense call.
Yes, Lulu
Gragas was level
misjudged.
2.
Lulu's misjudged her damage. She thought she can flash and get another Q off, but the level up gave Gragas a body slam and got him under tower, and Gragas was able to win with the tower.
Level 2 tower shots, they do take 1/5 of your health before the buff increase. Zed going on to Jace with J4, but the knockup misses from J4.
Bottom lane, Sona was poking really well, had it make Tristana waste her rocket jump out.
Ooh, Tristana is very low indeed. Oh, Vi coming in for the... Oh, the flash! Oh,
Fast
I'm sorry.
engagement.
The flash Volt Breaker missing a little bit more than an inch on Vi hitting Zed. Oh, and going under tower, they harass Trist and Morgana even further. This Lucian and Sona making the plays on those trades. It's not even trading at this point, it's just straight bullying.
Tristana still is only down forwards. Yeah, she's doing alright.
Ooh, one more shot and that Tristana will go down. Zed getting some good harass onto Jace, and then he goes in too hard for the Jarvan. Jarvan wasn't even in range.
Wow.
And the Ignite does not pick up the Jace kill. That was a little too soon for the Zed plays.
I see.
Little too soon.
I missed it, so I couldn't say what happened.
Jar4 was nearby, but on the opposite side of the middle lane, and Zed went instantly onto the Jace with Ignite, but he got taken down sooner, and
wow.
Jarvan just, I believe, missed the knockup, and Jace just walked away.
I see.
Girls for Girls making a few bad miscalls early in the game. They're going a little too ham for these early kills and just giving them away.
Lucian is backing when Tristana got into lane. We'll see how many CS she can pick up before Lucian gets back into lane.
Oh, this is not good. Bottom lane is winning the trade wars and the CS almost twice of Lucian's creep score to Tristana's, and each solo lane for High Shin unit has 1 kill above Curls for Girls. This is not the prettiest start that they could have wished for. And now Gragas starting to outscale Lulu in damage. Just healing up whatever he takes.
Lulu.
There comes out the Volt Breaker from Vi, and it will miss, but it will put him in position to start getting those red buff D-stacks on.
Lulu should pay attention to her overextensions, because she gave up a kill and it could make her play a different way.
Oh, he does. There is a pink ward in that top lane, River Bush.
I see.
And a pink ward near the bottom River Bush near Dragon.
Very good.
Girls for Girls trying to opt in for the vision win. Ooh.
The Dark Binding lands. I haven't seen her miss yet.
Only under their own tower, because he's trying to aim them around creeps. And those are very tricky to land. Especially when you're at low health and don't want to get too close for the damage.
Mm-hmm.
But this is going to be a very difficult lane for Tristana and Morgana, because the sustain supports are starting to get very, very strong in this game. And Sona being, I believe, at least the top 3 of the sustain supports. Try saying that 5 times fast.
Sustain support, sustain support, sustain support, sustain support.
Stop showing off! Okay, so you can clearly do that better.
I did not know I can do that. I just tried it. Sorry.
It was well played, all of the above. And the level 5s going down for bottom lane, so every other lane besides, or both solo lanes are indeed level 6. Let's see, no! Only for High Shin unit are they level 6. This is not good. That early ultimate for High Shin unit's teams could get them a kill. And the damage just going out. I feel that Lucian can just trade however he feels, even if he does take a little bit of harassment back.
Yeah.
It's just going to be healed up by Sona.
Lulu chooses to use her TP, so her TP will be down if they choose to go for Dragon.
Oh, and Gragas' TP will be up in roughly 3 seconds, so he could walk to lane and then save it for indeed a Dragon fight. Though if he plays it accordingly and pushes the lane, he can hopefully not lose his tower in the process. Very hard choice in times.
Yeah. That's what's a top laner mechanics are. You need to learn how to use TP.
Mm-hmm. You gotta learn how to be more than just a independent lane. You have to know how to affect the game in general. Oh, and Jar 4 going in, the damage onto Sona, but it will not be enough as Jar 4 has to leave from the Lucian buckshot. And another Volt Breaker missing by Vi, but the basic attacks are going down, but Vi does not have Spirit of the Elder Lizard. And the flash from Lulu, making the explosive cask work in his favor to knock him out of there.
So 13:20 will be Lulu's flash back up, so they have 5 minutes to make a play happen.
The pink ward going down. Oh, and now Zed working in tandem with J4's ganks, and the damage going down. The Cataclysm will pick up the kill on Jace.
That's the combo you're going to see.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and another very nice binding on Morgana.
The Sona buff though.
Mm-hmm. That heal and shield are strong. Oh, and even with the Gragas creep wave clearing debuff, the 70% less damage on the minions, he is still keeping ahead of Lulu on creep score, which is actually very intimidating. Lulu being a very powerful creep score wave clear, at least in mid game.
Gragas was able to get his catalyst, so he's very tanky.
Very nice. And Sona just dealing exorbitant amounts of damage with that Q basic attack combo. I believe it does give Sona a magical damage buff onto a basic attack, so now the 3 proc songs passive and a Q into a basic attack must be devastating to feel. And it looks like Lulu keeps running into the Gragas Qs, the alcoholic beverages being too much for Lulu to stop. If Lulu was Mario, this would be Donkey Kong's win. The barrel roll's too strong.
Haha, I see what you did there.
You watch me
Lulu
wait
pinging,
to see.
or Vi pinging around pink ward. Jarvan's there to engage if they fight.
Yes, but Zed does know Vi was there from the pink ward, so he did back up in time. And the flash coming out from J4 to dodge the standard, this flag combo from J4. I said J4 twice, I know, Jace was one. Oh, and the assault and battery knocking up Zed, but Vi taking a lot of damage, going down to the Zed. And the Razor Shuriken's very deadly. J4 will indeed live from the ignite, but Jace will not.
Zed, I believe, used flash to get that auto attack at the end. Yes, he did.
Mm-hmm. And he did have the red buff, so Jace was slowed, but he just didn't believe. He believed that Jace would have gotten away, possibly from the Jace having flash, but Jace did use flash in that fight. If he was watching,
it goes to show that if you are CS,
ooh. Oh, 1 second sooner, and that would have been a binding under tower on Lucian.
Blue team has 1 more kill than red team, but red team is CSing really well, so that's why they're ahead in gold zone.
Let's see, I'm going to move all the champions on my screen. It doesn't affect anyone else, but I'm going to move them on mine so I know how even or behind each lane is. Let's see, here, and there we go. And it looks like every lane besides support and jungler, High Shin unit is indeed up on creep score. By quite an amount too. The minimal amount that they are above in creep score is 20 at least. So that's, I'd like to say 3 entire creep waves that were missed for Curls for Girls.
Yeah.
Very devastating.
I'm gonna pull up the stats after this game and see how many pink wards were placed.
Quite a bit. There is yet another pink ward in Lulu's inventory, but oh! Perfect black shield from Morgana! But the culling will damage him, but he jukes it beautifully with a heal from Tristana.
Jarvan's there to engage.
Oh! But they are low compared to the full health Sona and Lucian, though the ults are down.
Vi is there.
The knock-up onto Lucian. Oh, the counter gank from Vi, taking down the Tristana. Had to flash in the middle of a rocket jump to survive. The Cataclysm going down, but just to stop the Vi, and Soda picks up the kill on Jarvan. Zed comes in with a death mark onto Lucian, but Vi counter engages with a very nice Vault Breaker, and Lucian picks up the kill after Zed tries to escape.
Yeah. He couldn't finish out with his flash because he used it for the kill.
And Jace and Haishin unit picking up the tower from Zed's roam and possibly a dragon, since they did in fact take out mid, bottom, and jungler from this equation.
Lulu has her flash back up. Or did she use it?
0 for 3 kills equals dragon. Or 0 plus 3 kills.
Yeah.
And another peak ward going down. It seems like, I like to say they're very defensive and neutral pink wards. The defensive ones are inside of, or on your side of the river. Neutral just in the river to see. There's a 50-50 they'll be seen unless if someone actually walks and notices where they're walking. And then aggressive is always in the enemy jungle side. So I believe that's the first pink ward from Haishin unit at the blue golem. And that is indeed a very defensive one. They don't want their blue buff stolen. But the last fight was...
Body slam goes out.
The last fight... Oh! Grog is going hard onto Lulu, both extremely low, but Lulu is out of mana and Grog still has at least 40% of his left. And he'll just heal up from that delicious passive happy hour.
Happy hour is closing soon.
No, he has plenty of mana and healing up, but oh, the Jar 4 and Zed coming up, but Vi right behind him with the double buff on Vi. Oh, Jar 4 going in, the Deathmark going down onto, oh, the Cataclysm and Deathmark do take out Gragas, but Vi goes hard with Assault and Battery and Volt Breaker into the Lulu for the kill. 1 for 1 so far, and Jace is roaming up there. Will they make it a 1 for 2? And barely missing with that Shock Blast, though Vi missing a Volt Breaker again, taking a lot of 3 tower shots. Though they do pick up the 1 for 2 kills, and Zed gets away with a nice recall. And bottom tower going down.
If Zed maybe committed with the roam, he probably could have gotten a kill on Vi, but it would have been very tricky to get out of the Jace as well.
And we've seen Jace is putting down the Zed in the lane, so if it turns into a 1v1 for those two, I do believe Jace would win it. That's why Zed just, nope, I'm gone. Oh, and earlier, oh, Tristana making it out of it. Rocket jump, but getting crescendoed underneath the tower and the culling for its full damage. Sona will, Buster Shot knocks her out, and the Black Shield saves him.
That was...
Saves Tristana. Jace does pick up top tower, so that no outer towers left for...
God is looking out for Tristana. Tristana
Buster Shot's looking out for Tristana.
That's true.
We did talk about that huge amounts of disengage from the Tristana pick. But earlier, like way earlier, before the dragon fight, I believe, the fight that inevitably led to a dragon, Morgana got crescendoed by Sona, and it was less than half of a second timing. It was so beautiful because he was almost in a melee range of Sona, and the Morgana black shielded at the very last second before it hit him. It was so beautiful. I just had to recap that because I couldn't say it at the time. That was almost instinctual on the Morgana's part. And a shock blast hitting Zed to the face.
Morgana pinging to that pink word. I think she knows. Or no, she went to go word. Now she's going to destroy the pink word she sees.
It's always good to hear music when you're killing a pink ward.
That is very true. I'm going to main Sona now because of that.
Just to take out pink wards with your basic attack. Hear the music. Oh, and the passive on Sona. A Vault Breaker onto Morgana. The Black Shield goes down. And the... I never know that name, but Morgana will go down way before Soul Shackles can actually stun anyone. Still had like half the timer left. And Curls for Girls clearing out their jungle with the assistance from Haishin unit for the golems at least. When do you think the entire map update will be that changes like everything visually
I'm pretty sure they won't do that until season 5. Or no,
really?
until Afterworld, and then in the dead time into transitioning to season 5, I'm sure they'll release it. That's my guess.
I would love to see those little turtle-esque creatures in the where the double golems are. And the damage going out. Lucian unrelenting assaulting out of the knockup for Jar 4, but getting caught in Cataclysm. Jar 4 is taken down by Volt Breaker, but Assault and Battery knocks up Tristana under the tower. Lucian and Lulu fighting, and Lucian getting saved by that Sona damage. Jace coming around from behind this inner tower struggle. It is now a 4v3. And some nice shock blast damage coming out from Jace.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Lucian. I didn't mean to say shock black.
I didn't hear anything.
Neither did the viewers. Shock blast barely missing. A lot of juking coming down now. They know they're going to get poked down if they do not move around. Another golem pickup. Were they here for a minute? Is that how long it takes for those little camps to respawn?
Maybe a minute, 30 seconds. Or 90 seconds.
Because they picked it up before the entire fight in bottom lane, and they just picked it up before leaving. So, it was a minute and a half struggle. Very nice.
Good call.
And Morgana putting down another pink ward in the same exact location, though it is pulled back a little bit in that bush so it won't see every ward nearby. And not really a good call when they have all their outer towers down.
Yeah.
It was a good spot to pink, but not if it actually had vision, so they would knew it. So High Shin unit knew it was there when they saw Morgana taking out their normal ward. And red buffs. Oh wow, red buff came up actually right when High Shin unit left. See, there's that knowing when the buffs will respawn time. It's always useful because they could have picked up a free red. Well, maybe have a small fight for it, but I believe at this point it could be a moderately free red. At least if they pull it around. Jarvan going in way too late with his standard combo, having to flash out. Will High Shin unit chase? Jace had his flash, and Vi had her flash, though wouldn't have been worth it entirely for one more kill, I believe.
High Shen unit has a very nice poke comp right now.
And they're rotating as a team. It is out. They have all the outer towers, so technically for them it is past the laning phase. So rotating as 4 people is really nice with that split pushing TP Gragas up top. They're just rotating between mid and bottom, whichever tower they can get. They did just pick up the inner middle tower for no cost to them except maybe a Razor Shuriken to the face on Vi. And a third pink ward going down in Curls for Girls is blue back lizard bush. Or no, sorry, red back lizard bush. All the bees just had to say blue. How long has a High Shin unit had these 2 bottom lane pink wards?
I have not kept track.
I believe the Golem one has been there for at least 13 minutes. It just shows their control from having all their outer towers.
Right. That one at pink was, or the one at blue has been there for a while.
The oldest pink ward NA. Well, not NA, this game. We'll go with this game. It can teach the
It's
other
a
pink wards a
pumpkin
thing or two about life. It seems like since they can't push that far, Curls for Girls are opting for every laner to go for their jungle creeps. Zed has always been picking up wraiths, and when Tristana can, pick up the double golems. Lulu can't really pick up anything, has to fight off this Gragas from going too deep for a split push. Zona going up top lane, but is spotted out by those 2 wards in the river. They're roaming. Very different.
Sona's been making a lot of plays for her team with the flash and crescendo, and she definitely won bot lane for them.
You are right. The Zona has been in a little over half of the kills, just like Lucian. They have been sticking together and finding those fights. But then again, some of those are from, I believe, like 1 or 2 could be from laning phase.
Yes.
There was an ample amount of harass on the Tristana Morgana. Oh, it looks like they're going for another inner tower. Such a beautiful sight to see your range during a siege actually hitting the tower. That is a rare sight for me. Good plays, Lucian. Good plays. You do your team proud.
Blue team needs to catch someone with a Morgana, and they just need to blow them up really fast.
With the Lucian Jace, the let's see what it's called. The Light Slinger, the double basic attack on a proc, and the hypercharge from Jace.
Yeah.
Those are very devastating on the tower sieges. All that range 80 damage can just take him down, as we just saw now.
The shitty part is Shona can just be very careful and just get a 4-man ultimate, so Morgana can only counter that with 1 black shield, so she needs to choose her black shield wisely.
And they have J4 and Zed both melee, so they can't really super engage with those 2 melee champions without having to worry about a crescendo. So that is a lot of intimidation zone for High Shin unit. That Sona pick, very intimidating, and then Jason Lucian for the siege damage. It's very nicely and well thought out by High Shin unit. And Gragas taking the top inner tower. All the inner towers are gone for Girls for Girls. High Shin unit not losing a single one. That is very devastating since High Shin unit can now control the minions on the map and always push them to Girls for Girls side. And not have to worry, like if they recall or magically lose 2 people, they don't have to worry entirely about a huge lane push because they still have the outer towers to worry about. And I said magic, not insultingly, but just because there's so much magic in this game. Just had to reiterate that. I'm very bad at sarcasm, so if it sounds sarcastic, it's not coming from me. Or it's not what
No,
I'm
I'm
trying
sorry,
to-
viewers. My headphones ran out of batteries. I had to plug it back in.
Oh, poor headphones. The siege now in the middle lane, while another Gragas says, has Gragas only been split pushing this entire time? Because if so,
Yeah.
that is very... Oh! Zed getting nullified by Sona's last hit. The damage coming out from Sona, Jace, and Lucian is deceptively strong. Their range poke is painful. Sona gets a Q and a basic attack off, hopefully with the passive, the 3-hit passive, the power chord, and then the buff from her own Heim of Valor, and then Lucian and Jace both getting a basic attack off with that Heim of Valor on them, and then their spells. That is really painful. And this tower going down hard. Vi going in with Vault Breaker. The tower goes down. Re-engagement with its own battery takes out Lulu. There's now no enormous ultimate. Crescendo hitting Sona. Sona dancing with the Soul Shackles. That
Wow.
lands on Vi. Deathmark going on to Vi. Zed going in deep but getting exhausted. Tristana rocket jumping to her demise. Not getting a kill pickup with that rocket jump will not reset it, and the inhibitor goes down. Is this a push to win? Gragas going for the top tower. Jace going in with the slam onto Zed. But that is a surrender from Curls from Girls. Now it is 1-0 in High Shin Yun's favor. GG indeed. That was a very fast-paced game.
Good job to both teams.
Yes, it was a very well-played game. I feel that both teams go with the iconic, everyone has the same icon for the team picture. We have a box of Poros versus a Razorthorn Rose.
Jace did a lot of damage.
Did he now? Let's see. View advanced match details.
Aimstar, you have the bot for this, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Also, does the advanced detail link work for you? It's not working for me.
The advanced detail link. I have. You mean on the match history?
Mhm.
I have not clicked it. Let me click it.
Ooh.
Cause I clicked it and it's not loading.
Jace and Lucian dealing more than 14,000 damage apiece to champions.
Ooh.
Their range poke was, I feel, very, very useful in those sieging moments we saw. And I feel bad, Jace being the lowest with
It is not working. Oh,
3.5k.
it works for me.
He
Can you
could
link
get
it to
in,
me?
Yes.
could not get in good ganks without having to risk his own life in the factor. Wow. Remember how I said how strong Sona's healing was for a sustain
Right.
support?
Mhm.
It was indeed happy hour for Gragas. Gragas healing chart. 3.9 for Sona K to Sona's heal, and Sona does have a small cooldown window on it, and it heals multiple people. But we have 5.2k healing on Gragas. He would not go down, as we saw. Let's see. He only died once. Only once was it not happy hour for him. That was a very well played game by both teams. I hope to see. I honestly hope to see a best of threes in this match lineup.
Cause you just want to shoutcast more, huh?
Oh no, I just love watching these games. Then again, screaming at the top of my lungs is always a plus.
So do you think at the start it says blue team, which is girls? I don't know why I can't remember their names. But they bought 5 vision wards, and that might have hindered them early game. That's like 400 gold early. I don't know.
Oh,
Come into the room before it's full and go down to spectate.
Oh, that is true. There was.